If you're an amateur runner that wants to benefit from this latest research and technology, get great design in a premium shoe at a much more affordable price, the Winflo 7 is an absolute winner. I'm Sarah from Running Shoes Guru, and this is my review of the Nike Winflo 7. With all our reviews, both online and on YouTube, they're completely independent. We buy the shoes ourselves, we don't receive freebies from brands. We run in them for at least 50 miles and give our open, honest reviews. If you like what we're doing, click like and subscribe below. If you have any questions, comments or feedback, please pop this below as well and we'll get back to you. The 7th version of the Winflo has seen a design overhaul when it comes to the shoe. It's taken nods from the top of the range Vaporfly model with a much more exaggerated and pointed heel and also forefoot going into a point at the toe. The upper has a new design. The pattern from the Winflo 6 has gone with a slitted pattern on top. There's new overlays going over the laces and much more foam in the sole unit. The sole unit also contains large zoom air pods in the forefoot and under the heel for added responsiveness and pop on those longer runs. It's marketed as a shoe for longer runs with loads of cushioning, a bit more support and structure than previously, and new design to fit in with the more premium range models and sit nicely in the price bracket just below them. The shoe has a heel to toe drop of 4mm and it's designed for neutral runners. However, the high amounts of cushioning do give a bit of structure and stability underfoot. The first thing you notice when you put on the shoe, it's pretty narrow, the toe box. So compared to the React Miler, which I found a lot more roomy, it was pretty narrow. I've got an average to narrow foot, so if you're average to wide, you might want to look for a new shoe completely. It didn't give me any problems with rubbing, either in the forefoot or the heel, but it might be something to watch out for if you do have that wider foot. The padding underfoot is really good, really squishy, you're bouncing around on it straight away. It's got zoom foam in the cushioning under the sole in the sole unit, so that is adding a bit of bounce, responsiveness, both walking around when you first put it on and on the longer run as well. Compared to the Downshifter 10, there are loads of similarities between these two shoes. Looks wise, I think that's the biggest similarity. So obviously different colourways, but the way that the sole unit rises up, both on the inside and the outside of the shoes, to the pattern on the foam as well. They are different foams. The Downshifter 10 has an unbranded foam. It's not quite as responsive, doesn't give you as much back on a run. The overlays are also similar, so the way it goes over the laces and over the seams, again a similar pattern there, and the outsoles aren't too different either. The materials on the Winflo 7 do feel a little bit more premium than the Downshifter 10, and it comes in at a slightly higher price point as well. If you were to invest in either one of them for longer runs, just for a bit more durability and a bit more wear, I'd go for the Winflo 7. It gives you a little bit more back. It's much more designed, especially for running, and gives you a little bit more support and protection there. If we compare the Winflo 7 to the React Miler, they look completely different. So the React Miler is a lot more specialised for longer runs, hence the name. It's a lot more structured, a wider toe box as well, allowing the toes to spread out a little bit better. Just more structure around the heel and also a different foam in the sole as well. So I did prefer the React foam. It was a little bit softer, a little bit more plush when it came to absorbing that heel strike on a longer run. It does come in at a higher price point, but I think it is worth it if you are going to use it for longer runs and also if you're going to use it a little bit more often. Saying that, I do think the Winflo 7 looks nicer, but I think you need to go for function over fashion when it comes to a running shoe. So starting with the sole unit in the Winflo 7, the first thing you'll notice is it is chunky. So there's extra foam at the front At the back, the heel goes out, it's extended beyond your heel of your foot, and also extra foam up the sides as well. So the purpose of this is for it to be springier, responsive and more durable. And I think it absolutely does the job. It was really comfortable to run in, you could definitely feel it doing its job. The sole unit also contains some Zoom Air pods in the forefoot and the heel. The forefoot one has got larger since previous models, so it's aiming to give you more support, more responsiveness and more pop on a run. The outsole is also new versus previous versions. There's loads of carbon rubber running the full length. It also comes up the front and extends up the heel as well. A little bit unnecessary, I think, and probably adds a little bit of weight to the shoe. One slightly strange thing I did find about the shoe was where the outsole extends up the front, it's not quite in the middle, so it sort of makes your feet look like they're a bit pigeon-toed, a little bit pointing in, which I found quite strange to begin with, but it didn't bother me after a while. It was all good. The colourways on this one I think are great, the outsole matching with the swoosh on the side. I got loads of compliments on it, which is always good as well. The upper also features a new design. To match the extended sole unit out the back of the heel cup raised up quite high at the back, and also the tongue. They're both nicely padded, not too thick. They stayed in place, no issues on the run whatsoever. The tongue is attached around 2/3 of the way up by a partial booty system. Again, didn't really move around, didn't really notice it on the run, nothing to complain about there. It's quite a thick upper, but it did stay pretty breathable. Not super waterproof, but I didn't really expect that. My feet got pretty wet when it started raining, but no issues really. It's not quite as premium as some of the more expensive models. There is signs of wear and tear with a few threads coming loose, and you can see the glue where the upper joins onto the sole unit, but it's doing its job. I can see it lasting for around 500 miles, perhaps even more. So when it comes to running my next half marathon or perhaps further, it'll be a toss-up between the Winflo 7 and the React Miler. I'll probably choose the React Miler for those longer runs because of the high levels of cushioning. I just found it a little bit more comfortable when you're coming to the end. However, if you're looking for a low-priced, lower budget shoe, it massively outperforms the Downshifter 10 and the Revolution 5 when it comes to running performance. If you're looking for something that's super cushioned, loads of stability and the latest model, you're going to have to spend a little bit more and go for one of the higher ranges. But if you're looking for a versatile daily trainer that will see you through long runs, the Winflo 7 is absolutely fantastic. I'm Sarah from Running Shoes Guru. I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe and comment below. Thanks, bye.